ever experienced that you're playing piano and that you're really enjoying your piece, and then comes that section where you're always hesitating, you're always stuck, and you always have to wait and check your notes, and it just disturbs the whole flow and you just get really frustrated? Today I'm going to help you conquer hesitation. Playing piano requires in general our body and our mind to be in sync. And sometimes in piano playing, it seems like your body is a little bit ahead of your mind, or the other way around. That's when hesitations happen the most. So I'm going to discuss 2 things that will help get your body and mind back into sync and will help you eliminate hesitations once and for all. The example I'm going to use today is the third ballade by Chopin. Okay, so imagine here is where you hesitate, right? Just with this big jump, and you hesitate which interval to play. The first thing that I would do, the first exercise that you can do, that you always should do for hesitation, is to practice your hands separately. Sometimes that is just the problem. You think you know your hands separately, but you don't. So in that case, I would really take it very simple, just the bar itself. Practice, especially, of course, the left hand separately. But even if you think that the right hand is very easy, play it separately, even with metronome, to just double check. Very often when I ask my students to practice their hands separately, actually it turns out that they don't know their hands separately the way they thought they did. So always, whenever there's a hesitation, make sure the first thing you do is practice your hands separately. Make sure also that you do it not only slowly, but that you do it a little bit faster to make sure that you really know your hands separately very well. So really in tempo, not only slow. So once you practice your hands separately and the hesitation is still there, that's all right. The second exercise is going to be really what will fix the hesitation every single time. So take the bar where you were hesitating. In this case, it was for me bar 9 over here. So it was here. And start practicing that in a slow tempo. So a couple of times. And you'll start noticing that if you practice this bar separately, your hesitation will start going away. The next day, however, when you practice, it's right back there. That is what makes it so incredibly frustrating, right? You practice the bar itself, it goes away, and then the next day you're just right back where you started. So start by practicing the bar itself, just what you're used to, and practice it until the hesitation goes away. So next thing you do is you're going to work backwards. We're going to start 1 bar before the problem, the hesitation. So we're going to start, in this case, bar 8. Do it, once is never enough. Do it like at least 3 times. Again, same spot. Imagine the hesitation is there again. Then in that case, if the hesitation came back already here, go again to the bar itself where the hesitation happened. So in this case, go again to bar 9, start again here. Do it again 3 times. If the hesitation is gone, go again 1 bar back. So we start again here, bar 8. If the hesitation stays gone, go back 1 bar again. So we'll start in bar 7. So explaining this seems like a very complicated system, but it's really not. If you start to hesitate again, go back to bar 8. So don't go back to the bar itself, otherwise we're going to sit here until, a long time. Go back to the place where it was without hesitation. So in this case, bar 8, you already repeated 3 times without hesitation. You go back to bar 8. And just keep moving backwards. Whenever you have 3 times without mistake, you have 3 times without hesitation, move again 1 bar backwards. If you have again a hesitation, move 1 bar forward. And you will always notice that there's a point that this hesitation comes. So for example, imagine that was bar 7. Whenever I start in bar 7, this hesitation is going to happen in bar 9. You will notice that when you do this system every day, so moving backwards, right? When you do that every day, the point at where this hesitation is going to happen is going to move slowly backwards. So maybe not the day that you practice. So today maybe I'll be stuck on bar 7, right? Don't worry. Don't get frustrated. Don't practice for hours and hours. Practice on other things. Do practice for hours and hours, but practice on other things. Don't get stuck on this for hours and hours, because you'll notice that over the coming days, if you just do this exercise, your bar is going to move slowly backwards. So you'll see that the next day, for example, you get to bar 5 before the hesitation happens again, and you kind of are stuck on bar 5. And you know, in the next day, maybe bar 3, and the next day, perhaps already, if you start at the beginning, the hesitation isn't going to happen again. In other words, this process kind of takes time, so don't get too stuck on it. Say, practice 15 minutes on it every day, specifically, and just give it a couple of days or weeks, depending on how difficult your piece is, of course, it depends always on a lot of factors. But do this exercise over the course of some time, and you will really notice that those hesitations will start disappearing. I hope this video was useful to you. This was a question from the community. If you have a question, don't hesitate to ask us. Don't forget, we've made a playlist full of course, Dimitar's music, but also some really wonderful classical, some modern classical works. It's called Piano Stories. It's a Spotify playlist. If you want, go, I put it down in the description box for you to check out. Also, Dimitar's sheet music is available. We've been receiving a lot of requests about that. I put you the link down here as well. You can buy all scores separately, but we also have a sheet music bundle in case you want to save some money. Join the community, subscribe, like if you want to. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next week again.